Hello, and I am making one of these flowers today. I'm halfway through this one. I'm going to try and make more of these, and I will assemble them together to make into a nice spring shawl. Shouldn't make you sweat your balls off. So I've managed to do like 10 chain ring, then I did 24 triple crochets around it. And then I managed to do 10 chains again, but skipped each triple crochet stitches as well. So I'm just making the petals chunkier now. Let's see how this goes. I'm kind of a camera shy person, but then it's just that kind of paradoxical thing where, I don't think I like the sound of my own voice at the same time, but then I like yapping about what I'm passionate about. I guess that's quite the neurodivergent thing as well. I am trying for a diagnosis of Asperger's and ADHD at the moment. Probably going to be about a year. I'm waiting on this Asperger's. Do I need to do another half? I think I do. Yeah, I've definitely found another hyperfixation. I do so many different creative things. It is what helps the soul and the mind, especially the mind, even though it doesn't help the sleep half the time. 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, so I must have to do triples now. Okay. And just trying to figure out different ways to make my time while this Brog is at nursery. What's annoying is that with being the night owl I am, I don't usually get to sleep till 2 o'clock a lot of the time. And then I have to get up at 7 to get her ready for nursery. Nursery that starts at 8:30. Never heard of any educational thing to start so early. So I'm still in zombie mode when I take her up. So yeah, I need to chain 3 now. People say to make it a picot, but I didn't. And then I do double, triple. But yeah, Sprague is 4. She'll be 5 in October. I wish my birthday was in October. Instead of Boxing Day. Boxing Day birthdays suck. But hey ho. I've had 32 Boxing Day birthdays so far. Some of them have been okay, some of them have been crap. Most places are closed on Boxing Day. Well, most places I like going to. And with my last birthday meal with the family, it was so funny. There was a fly in my wine, but then at least I got a free wine afterwards. My steak took way too long. My daughter ended up eating all of her food before we even got our steaks. But because it was Christmas time, it was a pretty decent deal on at the restaurant that was happening. But still steak at the end of the day. I don't know what kind of direction I want this thing to go so far. I like gaming, I like drawing, I like crocheting. I can do knitting. I managed to do knitting before I actually started crocheting. When I did try and crochet, crocheting was I just do not get this. But yeah, now I'm better at crocheting than I am knitting. But because I've been concentrating on crocheting so much. My drawing took a bit of a step back. Yeah, I'm definitely more artistic than I am musical. I like playing music as well. And then this is another thing about the neurodivergency that not a lot of other people want to see, is that, I do this, all the artistic things, but then I play guitar, I play drums, and I sing, and I can play keyboard as well, mostly self-taught, but I took drums as a lesson at school. I think I was just trying to find the most loud instrument, and then drums, I kind of fell in love with them, and the teacher was awesome as well. He had the best comb over. Yeah, it was a shame because it was the only thing I actually stuck to throughout the whole of school. But yeah, I wasn't allowed my own drum kit. I was called a quitter from everything I tried to do. I need to see if I've done this right. Yeah, I have. Woohoo! Just because of the hyper focuses that no one really understood. Because I was born in the 1990, bang on. So things like neurodivergency really wasn't spoken about a lot. It was a bit more of like a hindrance more than anything. People found out their kid was autistic. It was the end of the world. Not really. No one really saw that. It was just extra senses. Be crazy good at things, just the socialising wasn't there. I masked a lot at school. I copied a lot of behaviour, especially from the bratty kids, let's say. Maybe that's why I was considered as the problem child later on in childhood and teenagehood. I was the worst teenager in the world, I guess. Every teenager gets told that they're the worst teenager in the world as a form of discipline. How's that going to discipline anyone? It just damages the confidence more than anything. Do 3 half doubles. Is it half doubles or is it? No, yeah, they are half doubles actually, yeah. And then 3 triples. Gotta pull on them to make it nice and tight. Ooh, yeah. And then 2 double triples. Double triple, double triple, double triple. And then pull on that again. And no. Good thing I always keep a hold of my stitches like that with my thumb. And then 3 stitches. Yeah. The most annoying thing about using a smallish hook and thick-ish yarn. Yeah, I would say, I don't know, the timeline of all the things I was obsessed with. I must have started out with dancing more than anything. This was way before I figured out that I could draw from memory and from just super observational skills in second year. don't know what made me want to dance. I think it was just watching musicals as well. One musical I was obsessed with was for so long was Cats. Shock there, I have 3 cats at home. Definitely a cat person more than a dog person. Okay, just the last pet I'll do now. Cats aren't needy. Well, apart from Blade, big ginger one. He just thinks he's hungry all the time, even though he gets wet food in the morning and at night and dry food throughout the rest of the day. But he still meows and meows and meows whenever you go through into the kitchen. Selfish Dick just thinks he's always getting fed. But then I guess that's a ginger trope as well. I always had ginger cats when I grew up. And they're awesome, like, especially Ginger. He always loved cuddling up in bed and on the sofa. But whenever you got up from the sofa, went through to get something from the kitchen, he would think that he would just be, you know, what's the word, you know, that you would take him through just so to watch him eat. Even if there was food in his bowl, he would be like, oh, look, yeah, I am getting you walking me through just to watch, so I've got an audience. But that's what happens when you have cats. But yeah, at least you don't have to take them out for walks, because I do believe in if you get a cat, it is best to keep them inside. Less chance of them getting fleas and ticks, less chance of them having the worst happen to them, like getting run over, getting into fights with other cats. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, yep. Our 3 don't fight so much. We've got Dylan, she's the oldest, she's 12. Yeah. Blaine, I think he's going to be 8 this year. And Vasquez, she'll be 2 this year. All named after characters from Predator and Alien. Well, Aliens. Because that's the partners' main interests. We like our films. We like our culture. We try and make sure that the daughter has as much culture as possible as well. Not be scared of differences. Too much gammon in the world. It's a nice meat, but the people, it's a whole different kettle of fish. Okay. Need to do these. Yeah, I need to go that. Because that's my first reflex when I die in the game that I've been playing at the moment, is Crypt of the Necrodancer. As fun as it is, it's so frustrating. It took me ages and ages and ages to get used to all the different zones you had to play. And I can finally get to the main boss, the Necrodancer himself. But little did I know that you have to control 2 people. But you know what? It's challenging. I like a challenge. Ugh. Okay, and just do a last slip stitch. Keep everything together, which was unsuccessful. Try one more time. Come on, slip stitch, slip. There. And where are my trusty scissors? Here they are. Daughter's old nail scissors from when she was a baby. Okay, and just twist and rearrange the stitches. It's the handy thing about having the stitches bound on a foundation chain stitch, as you can slide them along. and straighten them out, unbunch them. Get that gap in the middle as well, because the gaps will come in handy for the borders you have to do. I like this. I hope this shawl turns out the way it looks like it should as well. Just in time for the spring equinox. Can't wait for that. I need daytime. Lots more daytime. And then just the feeling of it being sunny until like 10 o'clock. Just ace. Last summer, it was amazing. We were swimming in the river at 8 o'clock and it was still 24 degrees. Banging. So that's the straightest I'm going to get at the moment with this flower. It'll get straightened and stretched out a bit more when the border's on it, and then once the shawl's all made, wearing it more and more should just shape it a bit better. All I need to do now is just weave in these ends with a needle. And yeah, so that's my first video.